Now, I'm a little afraid to make this video right here because it could totally come around and bite me in the ass. And actually, that is part of the reason I'm making this. That cuss word right there in the first 30 seconds. Let's see what happens here with YouTube. Because what I have found and what a lot of other creators are reporting here on this site is possibly certain channels. I'm sure there are obviously outliers. I'm sure certain channels will come into this comment section and be like, "Oh no, I'm still definitely getting demonetized." But I'm seeing a certain segment of YouTube report getting demonetizations less, especially in certain communities, maybe more gaming. Certain gaming communities for sure get demonetized more than others, but I saw on Twitter like maybe a couple months back, and I can confirm now with my own data, it does feel like, now I'm not saying demonetization comes around, doesn't happen, sorry, demonetization doesn't happen. I'm saying demonetization feels like it's coming around a little bit less, especially on my main channel where I've been able to experiment a bit more, especially in the vlogs. Again, I decided to upload a couple of vlogs, like in real life stuff on the main channel where I'm cussing a little bit more than usual, than just, in my room, in these environments. And I hadn't had any problem with that. Now they're deeper into the video, and again, YouTube's #1 rule typically is that you don't cuss in the very beginning of the video. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily going to mean that I'm going to start throwing around Nazi every once in a while, or I'm going to start showing swastikas in videos, because I probably still can't do that. I will say the German flag between the 1940s, 30s, and 40s, you probably can't still show that one off. But cussing a bit more, maybe dealing with more sensitive topics. I mean, I reviewed a video on the main channel that Real Life Lore uploaded. I reacted to it and gave my own 2 cents to that. And in that video, he's talking about ISIS and ISIL, and I was like, this one's got it. And then he has footage, like literal, Middle East footage, and it didn't get demonetized. I was actually like reviewing. So like typically when I make videos, I make the video and I'm kind of just in the video. It's not until I review it back later, I edit it, I review it back, I upload it to YouTube, where I start to think, wait a second, is this going to get past the demonetization algorithm? And to be honest, usually when I start having those feelings, at least in the past, it does get demonetized. It's kind of like a 50-50. Sometimes when I get those feelings, I'll go back, re-edit it, try to take out some of the bad stuff. But as of recently, I haven't really been doing that. And I've let it get uploaded, and it's been okay. Now again, this might come to bite me in the ass. Like maybe all of a sudden some tweaks happen and demonetization starts getting rolled around left and right. If you don't know, typically when you get demonetized once, the algorithm is going to kind of be more on you. They're going to kind of focus more on your channel, and you got to watch your next several uploads after you get monetized literally once. And then once you get like, I don't know, a stack of uploads, I don't know how it works, if it's purely based on per video or if it's time. I think it's per video. I usually feel like after 2 to 3 weeks of videos uploaded to my main channel, after being uploaded, the algorithm gets off my back a little bit and lets me kind of play in riskier areas. There was also that Mitsu video that I reacted to, MITSUI Studio. That was a crazy video that I reacted to. Talked about Nazis and all the different drug uses that they were doing, and that somehow got through. So maybe it's certain channels. I think that personally, we're in a different era for sure on YouTube nowadays. You can really feel it. You can really feel it. No one's getting paid for the YouTube Shorts. I mean, unless you're making millions of views per day on YouTube Shorts, and even then, you're getting like a couple of thousand. I have a theory that maybe YouTube is kind of backing off a little bit on the demonetization, because remember, they don't always, it's not just us that lose money when videos get demonetized. It's theoretically them too. Now, I don't know if some information is going to leak where all of a sudden they were somehow taking money. Maybe, because YouTube takes 55% of the total. We as creators get 45%. They get 55, we get 45. But regardless, theoretically, on paper, they were also losing out on money when videos got demonetized. It's interesting because they confirmed 100% that they were beginning to share more money even when videos were getting demonetized. So like maybe about a year or two ago, YouTube was changing up some policies, and they were saying like, hey, even though your video is getting demonetized, you're now going to see still maybe more money than you were seeing in the past out of those videos. They were probably showing more controversial ads, specifically gambling. Gambling's the big one, maybe more sexually targeted ads. But I was noticing demonetized videos still getting viewers, where like it used to be in the past, videos were just dying on site the moment they got demonetized. Like basically the algorithm stopped sharing them and they didn't get any more views after that. Now I'll notice maybe about a year ago a video will get demonetized, but it'll still get really good views, and it will in turn still get slightly more money. It wouldn't get literally zero. It's still not good. You still don't want it, because you're probably only going to get less than 25% than you would have if it did not get demonetized. But it was still bringing in some money, whereas it used to be like 4 cents before. 4 cents and the viewership would just die. And part of it is YouTube is starting to experiment with more controversial ads. And this all ties into like a bigger overall theory that I have, that because the game is changing so much, because the online platform and influencers are changing so much with TikTok's rise, and apparently TikTok's not getting kicked out. I mean, they keep giving them 90-day extensions. It looks like Google's not going to be able to convince Trump to kick out TikTok, and YouTube is relying more and more on YouTube Shorts. You can really feel it. You can really feel it. And yeah, viewership numbers are going, views are getting passed around, but that's all fake. People don't understand that those short views are fake. I was so proud of my main channel for hitting 1 billion views that was purely long-form viewership. All of that was long-form viewership, because short views are fake. And it kind of sucks, because I did give in and I started uploading YouTube Shorts to my main channel. There was, to be honest, I can't even really confirm if there's really that, if it's worth it, to be honest. Yeah, we're getting more viewership on the main channel, but it doesn't increase ad revenue. And again, they're fake views. I don't know how many times I have to say this. TikToks and YouTube Short views are fake views. Like when you see a YouTube Short that gets 1 million views, do you know how many unique viewers that actually is? Unique viewers are the actual people that clicked on the video once. There's long-term viewership. More than like long-term videos on YouTube, it's almost 1-to-1. It's not guaranteed. But let's say a video gets 100,000 views, a long-term video. So that is not a YouTube Short, a video that's over 3 minutes long. If that video got 100,000 views, it's almost 1-to-1 that about 100,000 people probably watch that video. It's less. It's definitely not 100,000 unique viewers watched that video. Maybe like 90,000 or 80,000. But when you compare that to 100,000 viewed YouTube Short, I can tell you right now, I'd put money, if a YouTube Short got 100,000 views, I'd put money that it was less than 50,000 people that actually viewed that. Because every time that video loops, that's another view and another view and another view. And I'll tell you right now, like when I watch shorts, I watch it over again. I watch it maybe once, maybe twice. First of all, I might watch it once, but the video is going to replay more than likely, and I'm going to give it accidentally another view right there on top of it. So I would put money on 100,000 viewed YouTube Short only being 40,000 unique users. So again, those views are not real. YouTube Short views are not real. TikTok views are not real. That's one thing that nobody really understood back in the day when TikTok was a rising platform and they were giving out views to like creators that were first kind of starting. Even now to this day, if you create a TikTok account from a new device, from a new cell phone, from a new number, you'll have a higher chance of going viral, quote unquote viral, because they want you to keep uploading content. It was a great strategy. And then eventually you keep on uploading content and you see less and less videos go viral. But again, those videos weren't really going viral all that much. People on Twitter used to be, YouTube creators back in the day used to be like, wow, this TikTok of my rehashed content got over 1 million views. Meh. How many of those unique viewers, how many of those were unique viewers? Not a million, I'll tell you that right now. So I think this all ties back to like YouTube is probably not seeing as much revenue as they did before across the entire platform because more and more audience members are choosing to watch short form. Even when I ask questions about why I think like the atmosphere, the landscape is going this way, I just look at my own usage. When I open up my iPhone and I see like how what I'm doing nowadays, bro, nowadays I'm literally consuming TikTok the most. It's actually crazy. It is my #1 app. It's taking up the #1 usage. I sometimes do shorts, and then Instagram Reels is probably the very, very bottom. But it is definitely TikTok, and then it's X, actually, believe it or not. And then I think it's YouTube. Now, that is, of course, on my phone, and of course, your phone is going to lean towards more short-form content, because that's what that stuff is made for. But I'm just on my phone a lot more often these days, and I mean, when I'm on desktop, of course, I'm watching short form. Again, it shows like why analytics really matter a lot and how like audience playback is such a big deal. Like consoles are like huge now. Now people watching on their Xbox or their PlayStations YouTube content, that's become the massive thing. Desktop's a little bit before that. But really where long form YouTube views are being eaten away at and being driven down is on your phone, because everyone's choosing to watch media, short form media on their phone. And that's killing long-term views on mobile devices. So it's kind of crazy. And yeah, like I said, it all ties into, I think that YouTube is maybe experiencing slightly less revenue. And I think TikTok is definitely eating into people's attention. That's 100%. TikTok, maybe Twitter, maybe Instagram, because of the viewership habits that are changing. And I don't really see how AI is going to be able to change that too much, but I guess we'll have to wait and see in the future. Again, I might be wrong. Maybe this video gets demonetized, and that is going to be, I'm not going to lie, kind of hilarious.